do. Hi everybody. Oh, wrong button. Hi everybody. So, oh no, I'm already forgetting my thing. Um, so, firstly, sorry for being so flarkin' late. It has been a trip and a half for the past 3 days. Like, literally yesterday, I got locked out of my house on accident, and my laundry took so long I had to stay overnight at not my house. So, yeah, yesterday was a flub. Today was almost a flub because my USB port was glitching out, and I almost couldn't stream. I've been fighting with this thing for like over 2 hours. Um, let's see. Oh, and I still can't stream to Facebook. I still haven't figured out what that glitch is about. Well, I kind of know, but I don't know how to fix it. Anyways, so I'm about to type this in the chat just in case, because oh no, the stuttering has already begun. Um, Still trying to figure out the volume stuff, but otherwise everything is fine and figured out, and should not mess up on me. But I guess we'll see. Let's see, typing in the chat before I forget. Please let me know how the volume is. Please and thank you. Bloop, bloop, bloop. Let's see. See what else is there. I was gonna do a thing. Let's see the multi. Alright, that should do. I hope. Just okay. So I've already played through, not the whole game. I promise. This is still my first playthrough, but it is definitely I did a test run for about I think 20 minutes into the chapter. No, that's it. I think because otherwise I'm just gonna keep babbling until till till I start the game. I am sorry again for being late and having to cancel yesterday. For actually more reasons than the two that I said. There's way more reasons, but I don't want to get into the details because I'm already just it's I'm so tired. But let's see. I got let's see. Got my setup. Got this. Oh yeah, and it's such a lazy day. I'm even had my VTuber avatar wear a hoodie. I hope to make some more of these in the near future because it's fun having different outfits. Let's see, looking over here, checking that everything is fine. Boop. I just realized I didn't have my microphone on that whole time. Okay, so to reiterate and shorthand everything I just babbled about in mute, apparently. Ooh, excuse me. Is that I. Sorry, my roommate's kitty hears me talking through the door and he's meowing through the door because he's adorable. Anyways, so I gotta. I'm firstly gotta apologize for the fact of being late by almost an hour. I was fighting with this computer system slash gaming console to work on the capture card for like 2 hours, and it's just one of those things. Let's see what else I got. I'm sorry for the cancellations yesterday, and I didn't get to say anything about them because I was stuck in the countryside where the internet is kind of awful and can barely make it to any social medias. Uh, 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 oh yeah, and also like even when I did get home, I was accidentally locked out of the house yesterday, so that I couldn't even get on. Uh, but it would be a bit easier if I could get stuff done through the apps. But also my phone almost died on me yesterday, so I had to save it for emergencies. But also Twitch apps doesn't let you change the schedule, which is a bit unfortunate now that I had situations where I really needed to use the app to change the schedule. Um, see, and some other things, including related to health stuffs. But I'm not going to get into those details because I'd be tired. Um, oh yeah, wait, I do have one more announcement for the fact of this does affect the crocheting schedule. Is that I laid on my hand weird, and so now one of my fingers is kind of swollen at a joint and tender. Not terrible. I can still use it and stuff, but I cannot craft with it because then it just irritates it because of my crafting for several hours type of deal. Let's see. What else was I gonna talk about? I think that was it. Pretty sure. Um, thinking. Okay, yeah, that should be it. I'm gonna go ahead and start playing and just chillaxing. This may be my main go-to for the rest of the week until my hand feels better. Because all I have to do is really like push like a button at a time. Let's see. Making sure stuff is working. Let's see. I really should change that Facebook counter, but I don't feel like messing with things until I get that figured out because I still want to stream to Facebook later. Also, I do apologize for any echoiness with my microphone. I'm still trying to figure out placements with it, and every time I do, it's like fine in one spot of my hobby space, but not in another. It's weird. Alright, hold on a second. Let's see, which button was it? Well, I don't remember. Oh well, it'll have to figure out later. Alright, moving stuff around again. Ow, I'm okay. Just dropping things again a lot. See, Alright, let's get this started. Because I'm already late by so long, and I don't even know how well this is really gonna go. But I'm gonna have fun with it. Also, I just love the Ace Attorney series. Not the. I need to get a new controller so bad. Let's see. Select adventure. New game. See. Oh, do let me know how the volume goes in case it's too loud or too quiet or. Oh. I just realized something. There we go. Me down. There we go. Now we can see. Da da da! Episode 1 The Adventure of the Great Departure. Bien, I can't pronounce that very at all. Good thing I have water with me because otherwise my throat's going to go dry from all this very terrible voice acting, to be honest. 22nd November, 8:43 a.m. Supreme Court of Judicature. Defendants, Antechamber 5. I still can't believe it. I still can't believe this is happening. I'm okay. Sorry, excuse me. That really got to me for some reason. Sorry, I just realized I forgot to check a thing. No. Boop. Okay. I made a goof. That's okay. See, checking things. Oh, hey, thank you for foregathers for the follow. No, it looks like my stream's a bit unstable. I hope that fixes in a hot minute. Let's see. Am I fixed yet? Okay. I think I'm fixed. Maybe. Hopefully. I really hope so. Okay. How can it be that just beyond the doors to this quiet little chamber is the highest court in Japan, waiting to decide my fate? I love this art style. It's so pretty. What? Oh, no, nothing. Savior glares, murderer. Gosh, my voice is terrible for this game. Sorry. Also, all stutters are my stutters. They are not on purpose. So, just a heads up. My name is Ryunosuke Naruhodo. Also, apologies for any horrible pronunciations. It's been a while since I've pronunciated Asian name, specifically Japanese. Really need to catch up on my anime to get better at that. Is this the nerd way? Anyways, I'm a second-year student at the Imperial Yume University. 3 days ago, I somehow found myself in the middle of a horrifying incident. And now, here I am, awaiting my trial. That's enough! He's not obliged to listen to such abuse, officer. And who are you? I'm this man's lawyer. I'll be defending him today. I feel like I'm just like reading from a book to well, I mean, it is a visual novel type thing, but still. Lawyer? Yes, and until the judge has given his verdict on the case, no one has the right to treat him as a criminal. So you will hold your tongue. Technicalities. Look at you. You haven't even graduated yet. Ouch. And yet, I still seem to know better than you how a court officer should behave. Oh! Take that. Right, Ryunosuke? Oh, yes, of course. Sorry. ... What are you apologizing to me for? Oh, no, I suppose that wasn't my fault. ... But really, Kazuma, I never meant to drag you into this. I'm sorry. Ha 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 ha. There you go again, apologizing. Just like always. Though I must say, you've been all over the newspapers these past few days. Yume University professor murdered in cold blood by student. But obviously, you didn't actually do it, did you? Of course not! You have to believe me! I didn't do it! I could never murder someone. Then there's nothing to worry about. Straighten yourself up. Hold your head high. You mean... I believe you. I know you're innocent, Ryunosuke. Best buddy squad! Kazuma Asogi, my best friend, also in his second year at Yume University. But he's far more clever than I. A star student, in fact. As obvious by the star on his lapel, question mark? Possibly. See, I recognize the defender's sigil on his armband from the other games. Oh, I'm so excited. I haven't gotten to play this game ever. He's even a qualified lawyer. Impressive considering he's still an undergraduate. It's not that impressive. The very concept of lawyers is only a few years old. Here in Japan, anyways. My qualifications don't mean much. You said exactly the same thing 3 days ago. But I'm proud to have a friend like you, Kazuma. Truly. 3 days ago. Yes, that's when all this started. Da-da-da. I'm gonna do that a lot, aren't I? Congratulations, Kazuma. It looks like you're going to get to study abroad at last. I know. I've been dreaming of this day. I've been forever dreaming of this day. Oh no, my words are getting jumbled. Finally, those government elites have acknowledged my academic achievements and successes in court. So you'll be representing Japan as you immerse yourself in the most sophisticated legal system in the world. I'm really happy for you, and proud, as your friend. There's not a soul in the university who doesn't know Kazuma's name. He's a living legend. It's like there's some mysterious aura billowing around his temple. Is that why his ribbon key is constantly flowing? I want to bring about change in our old legal system. That's why I have to cross the ocean to see the real thing with my own eyes. The heart of the British Empire. I wish I could see it too. Then come with me. Is this a proposal? Is the shipping happening? We'd have a wild time tearing up the streets of Her Majesty's City of London together. If only it were that simple. Oh dear, look at the time. I'd better get going. Alright, I'll see you later. I think I'll stay and enjoy this place a while longer. Good idea. After all, it's not every day you get to visit a high-class Western restaurant like this. Yeah, I'll admit. Personally, I would not be comfortable in this high-class place. See you in English class tomorrow. Then, partner. Why did I say it like that? Tired, baby, tired. It was straight after that. That's when it happened. Osogi, may I have a word? No, she's so pretty. Professor, I didn't know you were coming. Well, this case has personal significance to me. But never mind that for now. Asogi, you should go immediately to the judge's chambers. To His Excellency's chambers? Why? He was looking for you before. You advocating for the defense in this trial was a sudden decision. It seems there may be some confusion about procedures today as a result. Who is this man? He's like the dean or something. I feel as though I've seen him at university before. I see. I'll go at once then. I shall accompany you. Alright then, Ryunosuke. I'll see you in the courtroom. 10-4, good buddy. Yes, thanks, Kazuma. Dot dot dot. Dot dot dot. Dot dot dot. Ugh, this is awkward. If I may. Yes, sorry. You must be the defendant. Ryunosuke Naruhodo, I believe. Yes, that's right. My name is Eugene Miko... I can't pronounce his name. Eugene Mikotoba. I will probably be the only time I pronounce that any sort of halfway right. I'm a professor of forensic medicine at Yume University. Ah, Professor Oh no, my stuttering is getting in the way. Professor Okay, I'm just going to stick with the professor for the fact that if I keep on stuttering through this, I'm going to be stuck on this frame for like 20 minutes. Professor. I've heard that name from Kazuma before. As I recall, he's been pushing to get the government to agree to Kazuma studying abroad. Asogi has told me about you. You and you are best friends, I understand. Yes, best friends. Nothing more. Unless we both get to London. Then it might turn into a bromance. Exclamation dot. As such, I feel you should know. Know what? Well, as you no doubt heard, Asogi has been granted permission to go and study in Great Britain. Yeah, no, I figured that out like 3 paragraphs ago. However, if he should fail to defend you in today's trial, I'm afraid that that permission will be revoked and never granted again. What? Ah, as I suspected, you were unaware of this. Well, yeah. I mean, that's a really big deal. And I already played through this part, so the surprise is a little bit forced. But yes, that is a surprise, for sure. I had a feeling Asogi may have chosen not to tell you. Exclamation dot. He's agreed to defend me, knowing that if he fails, his dreams will be shattered? But I don't understand. Why would the government do such a thing? A good question, indeed. And moving on. The administration has to choose from a large number of applicants for overseas study. It's very difficult to persuade them to grant permission, even in the most favorable of circumstances. I don't believe it. Ryunosuke. Why did I read the type? Tired brain. But I didn't do it. I swear it. I'm not a murderer. I'm sure that's true. Nevertheless, I can assure you that proving your innocence will be no easy task. You see, there are certain peculiarities about today's trial. Sorry, what do you mean? You'll soon understand, once proceedings get underway. Exclamation dot? But then what should I do? Well, naturally, I'm not going to suggest doing anything that could lead to a conviction. Convention. What the flarg? Right, so as soon as the trial starts, the judge will pose a certain question to the defense. When that happens, you must answer before anyone else. You must say, I do. Is this a secret marriage proposal? Wedding time, wedding time. I do. But what will the question be? Surely not. Do you accept the accusations brought before you? Right? Of course not. Defendant! Court is about to begin. Proceed to the courtroom at once. It would seem our hard word to say without stuttering. Insert here. Discussions are to be cut short. So allow me to summarize. Kazuma Asagi must not be the defense lawyer in this trial. Of course, as the defendant, the final decision is yours. What are you waiting for? Do you want to be found guilty for failing to appear? Get moving. There's no point in anyone advocating for the likes of you anyways. I feel like I went through like 6 different accents on that one. This is it. If this trial goes badly, Kazuma's dreams of study are brought her over. And what's more, I'll be found guilty of murder. And so, with absolutely no idea of what lay ahead, I embarked on that unforgettable trial. My one and only chance of proving my innocence. The trial that would decide my destiny. Ooh, so exciting. Gonna take a short water break and check that things are still streaming fine before continuing the story. See, things still look good. Been streaming for 30 minutes. Bit rate's not great. see. See, that still looks okay, I suppose. Maybe. Okay, still playing there. Still playing there. Checking that the other thing is working fine. Whew. Okay, everything is still checked out. Let's see. One viewer from Twitch, 0 from YouTube, and nothing from Facebook because I'm not connected there because of reasons. Probably. Okay, let's see. Back to the game. Oh yeah, and the water break I said I was taking because I forgot to drink water. Water break. I will admit it is weird drinking water and then looking at my avatar on the other screen and she's just sitting there quietly. I mean, she's still sitting there adorably. Or I am. Or this whole VTuber thing is kind of weird. But still cool. Alright. Back to the novel. See, blah blah blah, 9 a.m., Supreme Court of Judicial Courtroom 2. So this is a courtroom? You are a student of the law. How have you not seen... Well, I mean, I guess this is kind of the highest one. But this is a weird phrase as well. Oh, you look so scared. The Supreme Court of Judicial, no court in the land has more power. I don't much like the look of those people sitting in the public gallery. Lots of military and other uniforms in there. The powers that be have demanded that this be a secret trial. Secret trial. A secret trial? Secret trial. I don't know why I'm doing that. A trial that's closed to ordinary members of the public. Only military and government officials may attend. What? But why? Let's see. It'll become clear in time. But for now... You need to concentrate, Ryunosuke. It's about to begin. I miss these sounds. So, real quick before I continue. So, for the record, I actually played through every copy of Ace Attorney I had leading up to the release of this game. So it's nice to hear a lot of the sounds again, and the familiar things, and I'm so curious. I can't wait to play. I'm so excited to play this. Okay, sorry, focusing back. The court will now... No, that sounds terrible. The court will now hear the trial of Ryunosuke Naruhodo. The prosecution is ready, Your Excellency. Gosh, my voice acting is terrible. I am so sorry for everybody. As is the defense. Before we begin, there is one point of order I would like to confirm. The judge is so handsome. Yesterday evening, the defense made a last-minute request for a change of advocate. That's correct, Your Excellency. I made the request myself. Normal procedure is for the defendant's advocacy to be decided 2 days prior to trial. As this is an unusual circumstance, I am obliged to ask for final confirmation now. Who advocates for the defendant in this trial? This is it! This must be the question. Sorry. Who's going to defend me? That's the question the professor meant. Yeah, they're from 2 minutes ago. But then if I say I do... Oh, so it's not a wedding proposal to my bro? I need to answer quickly. What should I do? Well, I gotta defend my bro's honor. I mean... and his dreams. Your Excellency, no confirmation is needed. As I'm standing here beside the defendant, I hope it's clear who will advocate... Oh, he's raising his hand! What an adorable little dude. What is the meaning of this unruly outburst? I I would like to inform the court that hey, my stuttering comes in handy for this. I, Ryunosuke Naruhodo, will be defending myself. You'll be what? What are you playing at, Ryunosuke? Professor Mikotoba told me everything, just now, before the trial. He did what? He said that your dreams of studying abroad would be dashed if you were to lose. I can't let your dreams die, Kazuma. ... How sad. It means you don't have faith in me. You think I won't be able to get you off. The phrasing. No, that's not it. It's not that, really. It's just that, well, on the off chance that things don't go well for me, I couldn't bear to be the reason that you... ... Yes. I knew that's how you'd feel, which is exactly why I decided not to tell you. That makes sense. Professor Mikotoba shouldn't have stuck his nose in. To be fair, in Professor... Hey, I pronounced it correctly. I just realized. Professor Mikotoba, he probably had to pull a lot of strings to get you even considered. So it was a lot riding for him, too. I am going to assume. Very well. The court hereby recognizes the defendant's desire to advocate for himself in today's trial. Well, well, I hate you and your descendants. They are all so terrible. If you know the other games, you know exactly what I mean. Does the accused admit defeat already? Pronouncing his own counsel, really? Objection! He said the thing! Make no mistake, counsel. This merely shows that the defendant's innocence is so apparent, he's confident he can speak for himself. Isn't that so, Naruhodo-san? Yes, confidence. I'm just exuding that with my twitchy eyes. Huh? Oh, yes, exactly! Exactly what I wasn't thinking! I'm not confident at all. I love his expressions. In fact, my mind's a complete blank. Good, that means that it's enough of a slate that I can learn the game mechanics all over again. I realize you're in charge now, but still, try not to look so bewildered. Well, not everyone can be the star of the school, you know. Humph. Well, for a mere university student to be brought before the Supreme Court, you must have perpetrated a most heinous crime indeed. As you are no doubt aware, this is... Oh, wait. That's not the voice I did for him. This is the... Nope. I forgot the voice I did. This is the Supreme Court of Judiciary of Japan. I apologize that I can't pronounce some of these things. Accordingly, the very highest standards of conduct are expected of all present. Do I make myself clear, Defendant Naruhodo? Oh, hi, Megu Bear! Hi! I see you! Welcome. Sorry, I'm just having so much fun. Also, it's great to see you. Also, that was a cute thing that happened. I didn't get to see... I am just all sorts of flustered today. How you do? I hope good. Did I read this already? Do I make myself clear, Defendant Naruhodo? Sorry, I'm just... Mega Bear says, yes, it's me! Waving with the adorable robot emoji. Yes, Your Excellency. Nope, that was the wrong voice too. It is therefore my duty to assess your competence for the task you have undertaken. My competence? What does that mean? It means that you know what you're doing for the law school that you have been schooling at. He's questioning your ability to do the job. So how you do, Mega Bear? I hope good. I just realized how difficult it's going to be going back and forth between reading the visual novel and reading the chat. But at least it's a lot easier than trying to read it during a battle royale type of game. Brain tired, dying. Oh, also, can you hear me okay? No one else has chatted, and so I've just been uh, leap of faithing that everything is fine as far as volume goes. Cause it's just kind of still experimenting with that. Mega Bear says, I am doing very good. Thanks for asking. What about you? Oh, I've been having awful. Um, I don't even know what time frame because it's been a combination of days and weeks. But today I'm doing good. Especially even though I was like an hour late to my own stream because computer kept trying to keel over on me. Or at the very least, the USB port did. Boo. See, well, he can't be questioning it more than I am. So, let's start with the very simplest of questions. Oh, yes! Kindly state before the court the name of the victim in this case. See, actually, like yesterday, I got locked out of my house, so I had to cancel a lot of streaming yesterday, and I felt so bad. See, I actually spent like a whole 5-10 minutes at the beginning of the stream explaining all that. Curse luck. Well, that's easy enough. I've heard his name more times than I'd care to remember. See, Mega Bear says, the audio is good, just a little bit of an echo, but aside from that, everything sounds fine. Awesome! Well, I mean, not the echoey part. I'm sorry about that. I've been trying some things, but apparently that's still not working too great. Great. Boo. I'll see if, well, no, wait. Maybe I can find some sound foam or something. That'll probably help. But yay, I'm glad everything sounds at least halfway fine. But still sorry about the echo. Let's see if I can maybe do a thing. Where was I at? Oh, yeah. But wait. Ugh, I'm so nervous I can't even remember that. What was it again? Ryunosuke. Let me guess. Your mind's gone blank. Is it that obvious? It's just too funny. You know me so well, bro. All the relevant information for this case can be found in the court record. But, oh wait, wrong person. But I can't even find that on this very empty desk. It's simple. You can access the court record with the press of R. If you ever find you've forgotten something, just consult that. It's all in there. Boop. Oh, it's not letting me press it yet. Cursed tutorial chapter. I just have to press R for the court record. Alright, there's no time to lose. Boop. I did it. I pushed the button. Let's see. Oh, actually, since you're here, I do have some sad news about crocheting streams for at least the next few days. I won't be able to crochet for a few days because I slept on my hand wrong and one of my fingers is kind of swollen, tender. Well, it's not bad swollen. I can still use it to do things, but not hours of crocheting because all the muscles just kind of affect each other. So I have to take a break from crocheting for at least today, maybe tomorrow. Unfortunately. But I'm gonna see how tomorrow morning feels, cause it's still really tender today. Okay, onward with the game. Let's see, Kazuma. This is the evidence you've collected. Now try switching to people instead with R. You'll find details about the victim in here. When you're done, just press B to go back. Bloop bloop bloop. John H. Wilson, the victim, visiting professor from the British Empire. He looks very, very, very... this would be a fun game to play Guess Who with. So remember, everything to do with the current case can be found in the court record. Now, you'd better not keep us waiting any longer. Go on. Find the vic. Yeah, we just did this. Moving on. Oh, press X to present. Bloop. Ouch, hiccups hurt. The victim's name was Dr. John H. Wilson. Well, at least you can remember the name of an esteemed member of your own university. Dr. Wilson was a visiting professor from England, invited to Yuma University 3 days ago. Mega Bear says, "Oh dear, that's all fine. Here's a virtual cake to hope that it gets better soon." Yay, cake! It sounds so delicious. Also, I miss your virtual gifts, because they're always so cute and adorable and heartfelt. Let's see. Indeed, which is the reason why this case has such profound implications. Da, da, da. The British Empire is at present our country's most valuable foreign ally. As most of you will be aware, we have just signed a new treaty together after lengthy negotiations. There can't be anyone who hasn't heard of the Anglo-Japanese Treaty of Friendship and Navigation. And yet, despite these delicate circumstances, the blood of an Englishman has been spilt on our soil. You two are both undergraduates at the Imperial Umayan University, aren't you? Or are you not? Murdering a professor from the very institution that provides your education? Have you no honor? You haven't proved that I'm guilty yet. Ugh, but I didn't do it. This case is coming under great scrutiny from our allies on the other side of the world. The court therefore wishes for a speedy resolution to this matter. So you want to scapegoat me? How dare you? But also it makes for juicy storytelling. In other words, our feeble government is scared of upsetting England's policymakers. And you're a convenient and expendable, yep, call it, scapegoat, to blame for this crime. So that's why this trial has these unusual peculiarities, is it? Exactly. Our government needs to convict someone as quickly as possible. All because the victim was an Englishman. Ouch. This is a little close. Yes, Dr. Wilson was an Englishman. But nationalities and treaties won't make any difference for me here. The fact is, I was there at the scene of the crime. Flashback time. Oh dear, look at the time. I better get going. Alright, I'll see you later. I think I'll stay and enjoy this place a little longer. For the atmosphere. Good idea. After all, it's not every day you get to visit a high-class Western restaurant like this. See you in English class tomorrow, then, partner. Why? The partner thing. The bromance is real with this. The British Empire. Wow, it's incredible to think. ... Wait. I've seen that man at university. I'm sure he's a visiting professor from Great Britain. I don't know his name. Didn't you say you heard his name like a gajillion times? Anyways, but still, I should go and say hello. Game continuity. I'm waiting for the step-ladder debate of this game. So I went over to the professor's table. Oh, look at our little cinnamon. See, and introduced myself to Dr. Wilson. Now then, let me pose my next question to you, Defendant Naruhodo. Yes, Your Excellency. How did this professor of medicine, Dr. John H. Wilson, lose his life? State before the court the cause of death. I'll remember this one. I'm going to double check because memories be dumb. Or forgetful. I have actually been forgetting more than usual. Let's see. Single bullet fired at close range. Did not pass through the body. Okay. See, the cause of death. Well, obviously that was, Ryunosuke, remember that in court, every assertion must be backed up by evidence. Yeah, as reiterated by, oh no, my brain is forgetting. Edgeworth. That's his name. Until he accidentally causes his own crime and he's convinced that he's guilty. But that's another game. By evidence? But how? Literally showing the evidence. You are supposed to be a student of law, Ryunosuke. Find the piece of evidence. Oh no, my stuttering is getting the best of me. Well. Oh, look, I'm looking through his papers. Sorry, this is adorable. According to this document, the victim suffered a hemorrhagic death due to gunshot trauma. It's even worse than I say. Learn to read, you imbecile. That's the post-mortem report I take. Report. I take it. Sorry. Yes, that's right. The post-mortem report. In the West, a doctor dissects the corpses to identify the cause of death in an autopsy. But here in Japan, a police officer merely inspects the body and draws conclusions that way. Oh, I see. As long as I'm not going to be tested on any of this later. Ugh, I know that feeling. I never test well. This is a so-called photographic print of the scene of the crime. You can clearly discern scorch marks around the bullet hole produced by the powder explosion. Oy vey. I am so sorry about the way I'm reading this with my stuttering and bad acting. In other words, we should assume that the victim was shot at close range. Thank you, counsel. The court will accept this modern scientific evidence into the record. See, photographic print has been entered to court record. So, that's a photographic print. Well, that's something I've never seen before. It's clearly superior to a drawing. The detail is incredible. Very well. I am satisfied with your answers. Let us start the trial. Oh, the details are so nice. See, Mega Bear says, it's my first time actually seeing this game, but I enjoy watching the stream a lot already. Lol. Yay! I'm entertaining. Plus, I enjoy having company. It's so nice. Because I've been having, what's the word? I've actually been having trouble finding time to play this game on my own time. So I kind of decided to stream it. To both, like, finally play this game I've never played before. But also, you know, hilarious enough, this is the, when it released this year, was actually the first time it was released outside of Japan. So almost nobody, oh no, where is my stuttering going? Nobody outside of Japan releases got to actually play this game. So it's so exciting! I'm so happy. Sorry. I'll get back to the game. I am so easily distracted. Certainly, Your Excellency. So, without further ado, in order to better, I can't pronounce this word, the court with the facts of the case, the prosecution hereby calls its first witness, who was there at the scene of the crime when it happened. Happened. Ugh, this is it then. I think I may have worked out what the professor had in mind. The professor? You mean Dr. Oh no, I said it earlier. Mikoto. I'm sorry. Okay. Yes, clearly you're the defense lawyer today, not me. But that doesn't mean... Well, I can still act as your assistant. Yes! Assistant bro! Woo! Of course! Mega Bear says, the energy level is quite high today, it seems. Yeah, I'm in that, like, I'm so over exhausted that I just am like, hyperactive tired. Because I just want to go to sleep. But I'm so tired of trying to sleep. Let's see. When he was speaking with me before, he simply said, Kazuma Asoko must not be the defense lawyer in this trial. Oh no, my stuttering. I finally am like starting to get some good sleep, at least for like 2 hours. So maybe that helped, finally. Brain, thanks. Right. He really has been sticking his oar in, hasn't he? Maybe, but any help you can give me would be greatly appreciated, Kazuma. Well, my first piece of advice is rein in that crazy look of bewilderment and control the cold sweats. Sorry, but emotions are on the sleeve. Only if you rein in that crazy headband and control the cold stares first. Yeah, because his headband just dramatically whooshes in the breeze. That doesn't exist inside this courtroom. It's just too fun. Hello, suspicious butler, because butlers are always suspicious. Witness, state your name and occupation for the court, please. Of course, my name is Satoru Hosonoga. Hosona. Oh no, another name. I'm sorry, I really am trying. I am the head waiter at a Western-style restaurant called La Carnaval. Ahem, ahem. Oh no, I hope he doesn't have tuberculosis. That's usually the go-to one for those. Are you alright? You seem to be coughing up some, It's a regular occurrence. It really doesn't bother me. Well, it really, really should. As everyone knows, the capital's southeastern quarter was developed for foreign visitors some years ago. It's become a very fashionable district now, full of hotels to accommodate overseas guests. Any red districts? I'm genuinely curious. This grim crime occurred in one of the district's so-called restaurants. I can't pronounce that word. Eatery 3 days ago. Understood. Hosonaga-san, you will kindly tell the court everything you can about the incident. I think I just mispronounced Hosanaga's name too. At once, sir. And no petty interjections from the aspiring lawyer boy, please. Oh, perspiring maybe, but aspiring? It was just after 2 p.m. on the day in question. We have few diners at that time of day. The lunchtime rush was over, and there were only 3 tables still occupied. That fits in with my memory of it, too. There was hardly anyone else in the place. Ahem, ahem. It was when I was in the kitchen, putting away crockery and cutlery. A gunshot rang out, so I hurried out to the dining area to see what had happened. I found the victim, an English gentleman, slumped in his chair. And standing immediately beside him, gun in hand, was the accused university student. Hold on, let me just clarify something here. While I did pick up a gun that I found lying on the floor beside the professor, I didn't shoot him. I had the voice right for this guy. I believe I asked you to refrain from petty interjections. The court wishes to listen to the witness's report of what he saw, you amateur. Ouch. But the next time you interrupt at an inappropriate time, you will be penalized, defendant Naruhodo. Don't worry, Ryunosuke. You'll have your chance to fight back. For now, we must quietly listen to the witness. Ugh. If I may confirm one point, waiter. Standing beside the victim with a gun in his hand was the same man we see here in court today. Yes, without question. I see. And apart from the accused, was there anyone else standing beside the victim? No. There was no one else around that table but the deceased Englishman and the university student. There was no more in Basting say. Sorry, couldn't help it. Huh? Wait, what did he just say? There was no one else around that table? What's the matter, Ryunosuke? That's just not right. When I went over to Dr. Wilson to say hello, there was a woman sitting opposite him at his table. Dramatic reveal. Really? And that's not something the waiter could have missed. I've been warned about interjecting, but still, what should I do? No! Stop it! Controller. Okay, I'm gonna wait and see, because there are rules to follow. I desperately want to say something, but I was told not to interject. Ryunosuke, if your parents tell you to study, you're the kind of man who would diligently get to work, aren't you? I suppose I am. I'd never have gone into Yuma University otherwise. But you can't just always follow the rules in life, you know. If you don't say what you want to say right now, you'll seriously regret it when you're found guilty. Not convinced. Scared. Oh, that's funny. Alright, you scared me. I won't forget that piece of advice in a hurry. And there is something I want to say. I'm just going to shut my eyes and say it. Just a moment, please. Dr. Wilson wasn't alone that day. I'm sure of it. There was a lady sitting with him at the same table. Dear me. What are we going to do with you? With your with your blatant disregard for court proceedings, I'm beginning to wonder if you're not a fraud. Not a fraud, I'm a student. There's a difference. Could it be that the accused, this mere student, is not a real lawyer after all? I'm not graduated yet, you meanie jerk face. But I'm sure of what I saw. Hosonaga-san, is there any chance you're mistaken? Perhaps your memory of events is hazy. ... No. The deceased gentleman came to dine alone. I don't believe it. Ahem. I actually have a rough plan of the restaurant as it was that day. Please, have a look if you'd like to. Let me see. Oh wait, it's the judge rating. Let me see. Ah, a sketch of the establishment's layout, drawn by yourself, I presume. That's right. I'm afraid I used the back of my business card. It was a turbulent situation. However, as you can see, the gentleman in question was seated alone. Wonder what's on the front of that business card. Well, you're clearly a very conscient... Oh no. Insert the proper pronunciation of this word here. You're a very... Insert word. Waiter. I know the word, but I can't pronounce it. Thank you, sir. The court will take this plan and add it to the court record as evidence. Oh, well... Is there a problem? Hand the plan to the court officer at once. Of course. Here you are. What was that about? He's been completely calm and collected until now. Yes, calm and collected, definitely. Something certainly seems to have shaken him. The waiter's business card has been entered. Mega Bear says, it's quite concerning to see the waiter cough up blood, though, LMAO. Yes, so my suspicion, because I haven't gotten much further past this in my test run, is that either he has a similar gunshot wound to the lung, or he, as was pretty common for a lot of stories, actually, for this era / real stories in the real world of this time frame, tuberculosis was a very common cause for, what was it called? Fainting lady disease? But, yeah, so, for the story, I am putting my money on it. My non-existent money, because I don't have any. On he has a similar bullet wound because shenanigans happened, or something. So, the court has now heard a prejudice of the case. Yes, at the moment the gunshot was heard in the restaurant. The only person in close proximity to the victim was the defendant on trial today. It would seem we are looking at a black and white case here. Oh, come on, I didn't even get to cross-examine yet. Oh, wait, I forgot to read that. Exclamation dot. Defendant Naruhodo. Yes, Your Excellency. If you admit your guilt at this stage, the court is willing to look mercifully upon you. In other words, you may have some small reprieve in terms of your inevitable punishment. You take too much joy out of this, sir. I called this waiter as an unsworn witness. Why didn't she swear it in order to explain the details of the case to the court. But I must warn the defense, if you are determined to pursue matters further in this trial. The prosecution has decisive evidence from sworn witnesses who were present at the scene of the crime. ... What do you think I should do, Kazuma? What do you mean? Well, I'm going to be found guilty one way or another, it seems. Wouldn't it be sensible to plead guilty at this stage and hope for a more lenient sentence? Dramatic ... Everyone keeps telling me that this trial is unusual, about these peculiarities. You said it, Professor Mikotoba said it. Mikotoba, sorry. And so has the judge and the prosecution. I'm scared of what lies ahead if I push this. Dramatic ... As I said from the outset, I believe you're innocent. I trust you. And yet, despite knowing that, you're willing now to throw that trust back in my face? Is that it? Oh, the bro. What? If the accused is in fact innocent, then a defense lawyer is duty-bound to prove that innocence by whatever means necessary. Are you just going to abandon that duty? Are you going to give up on yourself? Yes, I need a boost guy like this, a hype guy. Okay, sorry. Anyways, onward with the story. The battle hasn't even begun yet, Ryunosuke. Exclamation dot. He did this thing. Anyways, the defense pleads not guilty, Your Excellency. We invite the prosecution to stop making empty threats and bring out its witnesses. Then we'll see just how decisive this evidence really is. Indeed. Prosecutor... oh no, I can't even say prosecutor. Prosecutor... I'm having trouble with names again. I'm sorry. Please continue with proceedings. Well, you were warned. Young could be so reckless. And you could be so pompous. Your hubris will be the end of you. You know, many call me a saint. I bet I could be a devil when I want to be. Oh, wow, that is such an empty threat. Ryunosuke. In a few short moments from now, that dumbstruck young mouth of yours will be silenced forever. The prosecution calls its next witness. Very well, officer. Bring forth the witnesses at once. Ooh, I can't wait. Okay, we're getting close to where I stopped playing for the test run. So it's gonna be super blind. Mega Bear says, "Whoa, Saints? I don't think so. Definitely not." In the other Ace Attorney games, his descendants are actually like self-titled the Courtroom Devils or something like that, and it's really dumb. It's so funny. Let's see, trying to pronounce his name. Ouchie. Nope, I am not gonna try it this time because my stuttering is getting too much in the way. Uh, Witness, kindly state your names and occupations for the court. Yes, sir. The Great Nippon Imperial Army Sergeant, Iasanosa, reporting for duty, sir. Myself, I find employ as a purveyor of fine articles of antiquity from the oh no, efflorescence of our nation, Nippon, and conduct my trade from Orasu oh no, a humble premises in the 2nd District. Curio Korekuta at your service. An antique dealer and a soldier. What an unusual pairing. Both of these gentlemen were present at the restaurant on the day in question. They must be the diners at the other table the waiter mentioned. Myself. Oh wait. What did I just use for his voice? So many characters to keep track of. Myself, I habitually take tea of the most exquisite aroma at the establishment in question, always post-noon. And, not infrequently, converse with interested parties regarding the curios with which I make my business. I am going to go through so many voices with this character. I can't understand a word that old man is saying. He is an antique dealer, and it sounds like he's a regular at La Carnival. He seeks out potential customers who may have an interest in antiques, and tries to sell his wares to them. He obviously targets La Carnival because it's a high-class restaurant with rich clientele. Right, I see. Although, to be honest, that sergeant looks more like he'd be a seller rather than a buyer. Now, you both witnessed the precise moment of this most atrocious incident. Is that correct? Affirmative. The enemy unit was seen attacking the foreigner in what can only be described as an act of war, sir. It was the black uniformed rogue infantryman over there who unloaded his firearm, sir. Mega Bear says, Ryunosuke is just a big mood here, lol. Yes, I relate so hard to him. This man's as impossible as to understand as the other. But I'm almost sure I heard a strange noise during that last thing he said. Yes, and it's a cute little surprise. That's not a real surprise. So, this is the decisive evidence the prosecution was threatening. The soldier is claiming that he actually saw the precise moment you shot the victim dead. Yes. Well, are you starting to feel uncomfortable? Only since the beginning. If I'm honest, called it. I was feeling uncomfortable from the start. Now, the court will hear your formal testimony, please. You will state everything you saw at the precise moment that the incident occurred. Sir, yes, sir. Standing by and ready to report, sir. Unsavory memories of a most I can't pronounce that word. Afternoon. Testimony time. What the witnesses saw. I was adjusting a regulation beef steak at the restaurant while having a tactical discussion with the old man. Myself, I was extolling the virtues of a particularly fine golden curio to the military gentleman. At that precise moment, a firearm was discharged. I observed the enemy's action with my own eyes. The black uniformed varsity cadet fired on the English civilian, and from the back, the cowardly little weasel. Already a contradiction. I was on my hands and knees, forgot what voice I used again. Investigating the whereabouts of the mysteriously absconded precious curio. Well, so you, Sergeant Nosa, actually witnessed the vital moments. You saw the split seconds when the defendant fired the weapon at the victim. Yes, sir. Affirmative, sir. Okay. That wicked university cadet, sir. The cruel and unforgivable enemy. What times we live in when an English gentleman may be assailed in the broad light of day. But this is ridiculous. I didn't shoot anyone. Is that really true, Ryunosuke? Yes. All I did was pick up the gun that I saw lying on the floor, like an idiot. You don't pick up things on the floor, especially if they're guns. After I'd said hello to Dr. Wilson, I went back to my table and sat drinking some coffee. Then, when I finished, I got up from my seat to leave the restaurant, when I noticed an English-made gun next to the chair where the professor was sitting. Dramatic music. I thought perhaps the professor had dropped it, so I bent down, and just as I was picking it up, Kermang! Well, that's the truth. There was obviously a criminal on the scene somewhere. And somewhere in these two witnesses' testimonies, there's a clue as to who that criminal is. There is? Ryunosuke, you must exercise your right to cross-examine the witness. Says. Cross-examine? Do it now. As we have heard, Your Excellency, there is no room for doubt in the testimony of these witnesses. The defendant is clearly guilty. It is time to bring this despicable student to justice. Certainly. The testimony the court has just heard eliminates any vestige of doubt. Therefore, it is my grave duty to... Blah, 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 blah. Okay, now that it's done going through that, Mega Bear says, so far, Ryunosuke is the most normal and relatable person there compared to anyone else, in my opinion. It's so true. What in the name of the Emperor is the meaning of this outburst? The defense demand its right to cross-examination. Also, yes, definitely so. He's so adorable, though. Dear me, dear me. Let me guess. The... Mega Bear says, yep, relatable, totally. The Hachimaki headband boy next door told me to do it. How pathetic. You didn't even realize the blatant contradiction. Huh? How did he know? The prosecution objects. This is a clear waste of time. You're very terrible at your job. The defendant obviously has no experience. How can he possibly carry out a cross-examination? The defense is asserting its rights to a cross-examination. Whether or not you think he's capable of it is irrelevant. You tell him, Kazuma. Gulp. Kazuma is so commanding. Very well. Let the defense conduct a cross-examination of the witnesses. Alright, this is where the battle really begins, Ryunosuke. But I don't even know what I have to do in a cross-examination. Isn't it obvious? You have to expose the lies in the witnesses' statements. How? You didn't fire the gun, which means what that soldier said has to be a lie. Well, yes, but it's just a case of proving it, and the key to doing that is evidence. Right, evidence. That's the R button. All you need to do is present some decisive and indisputable evidence that proves the witness is lying. Now, let's go. Ryunosuke, don't let them beat you. Oh! Hold on. His little weak baby slap on the table is so adorable. No, wrong button. No, where is the laughing button? It's just too funny. I'm sorry. There we go. That one. His little weak baby slap on the desk. Okay, sorry. Anyways, it's just too adorable, and I can't wait to see him do it more this episode because it's just too funny. I pushed so many wrong buttons to try to get the right face going. Anyways, all right then, it's all or nothing. All right, don't go into old habits. Don't go into old habits. Usually, if I was playing by myself, I would hit the save file like every few minutes because I didn't want to get a penalty. But that's gonna take up a lot of time and stuff, so I'm gonna try to not do old habits like that. Let's see. What the winds saw. I will do my best to not reread things. Alright, let's see. Press you. I mean, I know exactly where it is, but I want to see the extra stuff. Dot dot dot. Why? Why aren't you saying anything? Is this some new interrogation technique? I hadn't actually thought of what I wanted to ask. Just ask about anything that catches your attention. Anything that bothers you. Alright then. This beefsteak you mentioned. What kind of food is that? Attention! Ugh! Beefsteak is a delicious cut of veal, vigorously cooked on a cast iron grill and served piping hot. Food. Oh. If food could receive medals of honor, beefsteak would be almost as highly decorated as a cutlet. Right, I see. Thank you, sir. So, next question. ... Is it gonna be about more food? And he's raising his hand too. It's adorable. This cutlet you mentioned. What kind of food is that? Mega Bear says, waiting till he asks how much beefsteak is. Lol. Yeah. Hold on a sec. I think things are being weird. There we go. I had to refresh the thing. Alright, back to the game. This cutlet you mentioned, what kind of food is that? Attention! Oh! Cutlet is a delicious cut of veal tossed in breadcrumbs and deep fried in cooking oil. Accept your guilty verdict, atone for your crimes, and when you're released from prison, try it! I love that's the takeaway. Is like, yeah, you're guilty, but you must try this after you atone for your sins. What a mood. Yes, sir. I will, sir. On the double, sir. Kazuma is not impressed. Sorry to interrupt, but how about trying to stick to questions that are relevant to the case? Oops. Sorry. I'll do my best. So, next question. Is it just me, or do you keep hearing a sort of Wah. Crying noise. Negative. Well, at least we've learned he's a big beef lover. Affirmative. It's not easy knowing what questions to ask. Let's see. Bloop. I have no idea what you're talking about. At least you're honest, Ryunosuke. Hey, Koban, boy. A Koban? You mean an old Edo? Oh no. The day prior to the incident, a treasure of exceptional value from the period entered my possession. I took myself to the restaurant the following day with said item secreted in my bosom pocket, in the hope of an affluent appraise of its indisputable value being present. I'm so sorry. I wish I could say a lot more of these words. So, you were hoping to sell your Koban coin? To Sergeant Nosa, whom you met at the restaurant. Yes, it's quite clear where you're going with this, boy. How dare you insult me like that? You were about to assert that a penniless soldier would have no hope of purchasing a precious Koban. Isn't that so? Well... You little upstart cadet! You want to add disrespecting a superior officer to your list of crimes, do you? Blatant subordination! No, I didn't say anything. Although penniless might be just the word I was looking for. In any case, the hour was already advanced beyond that of the midday luncheon. There remained precious few present with whom I could engage in discourse about matters of business. The gentleman beside me, who was grappling with his braised veal at the time, was my sole prospect. I see. At that precise moment. No, wait, I already read that. You gotta remember, I already read the green ones. So, you're saying that you actually saw me at that time? Affirmative! I saw you. Laughing, cackling like a madman as you train the barrel of your gun on the English civilian. I feel like his imagination is getting to him a bit. The baby slap. So cute. But that's impossible. I only... Allow me to confirm just one point, please. What's that, Private? Thinking carefully about the statement you just made, it seems to me that it must have been just after you heard the gunshot that you looked over to the victim's table. And so what if it was? Well, if that really is the case, it would mean that you didn't in fact see the precise moment when the killer actually fired the gun. Bewildered, ... Ah! And double arg! My sixth sense. Sorry? My sixth sense of danger. I picked up the waves of murderous energy radiating from your foul mind. Which means, a split second before you pulled the trigger, I was looking right at you, cadet. Surely that's not really possible, is it? Definitely not a legal way to present your evidence. Mega Bear says, dramatic music plays. Da da da. Or no, wait. Da da da. Da da da. Right? Is that the one? I think that's the right one you were trying to type, but my stuttering is being dumb. Do you think I'd have got where I am today in the army if I couldn't sense danger in the air, son? Actually, random IRL tidbit is that it is illegal in a lot of the world to prevent spiritual evidence as evidence in a courtroom because it's so hard to prove or something like that. I forget the details, but I do remember that it is definitely an illegal thing, or not illegal against the rules or something. Oh no, I'm miswording again. Well, It would seem this soldier is absolutely convinced that he saw you do the deed. This is not good. Bloop. So this black uniformed university cadet, you're saying that was... I've had just about enough of your sauce, cadet. That sounds weird. Who else do you see around here in black uniform, huh? Well, there's someone standing right next to me who fits the description as well. But... It was you, you little weasel. You unloaded that firearm on that man. From behind his back. And you call yourself a citizen of the great empire of Nippon? You disgust me. Thoughtful ... What is it, Ryunosuke? That was a weird face, though. I'm not quite sure. It's something that the sergeant just said. But I can't put my finger on it. Something's playing on my mind. In that case, check back over the details of the evidence you've gathered in the court record. And if you find an inconsistency there with what the witness just said, then don't hold back. Present the evidence to the court, thrust it in the witness's face, and make him choke on it. Sounds awful, but hilarious. Yes. See, next press. On your hands and knees. Could you explain that, please? That's right. Spurning the arthritis I was in order to retrieve the lost piece. What lost piece are you referring to? The koban, of course. The exquisite I can't pronounce that era koban coin. Also, methinks that's not as valuable if you're hitting it on the Flargan desk. I had just been showing the rare treasure to the military man as he masticated his meal. Oof, that looks like it hurt. After averting my eyes for the briefest of moments, it was there no more. It simply vanished. The koban vanished. Hence, I began to acquaint myself with the intricacies of the floor. I'm going to use that one next time I faceplant the dirt. In order to locate it. And then it happened. You heard the gunshot, you mean? None other than, though it was no concern of mine. I don't know, I would have been pretty concerned. I was frantically scouring the floor for the aforementioned lost treasure. So, in fact, you didn't actually witness the precise moment when the incident occurred? Indeed. Myself, I did not. Your words are so confusing. Ugh, I have no idea what I'm supposed to do here. I do! Luckily, I'm the brain behind your brain. Listen, Ryunosuke, we know there are lies lurking in these statements. It's time to expose them. I understand that. The question is, how? Mega Bear says, of course, the treasure is more important than someone else's life. I mean, have you not read those, treasure hunting novels? or seen any video game with which character is that? Nathan Drake. Or Tomb Raider. Like I said before, the key to this is using evidence that you've collected. Can examine, blah, blah, blah. Go through each witness statement and the details about them. We'll compare them against the facts. Yes, yes, yes. Somewhere in there, you'll find something that doesn't add up. In other words, an inconsistency. And I'm going to stop that before I delve into a stutter loop. When you find a statement and a piece of evidence that seem to contradict each other, present your evidence with bleh and rip the witness apart! Exclamation dot! Just be careful, because if you assert a contradiction that has no basis, you'll be given a penalty. If you note too many penalties, the defense's case will fall apart, and you'll receive a guilty verdict. So that's it. Peruse the evidence in the court record and find an inconsistency with the witness's statement. Alright, I'll give it a try. I'm okay. I just knocked the thing over. You can hear the witness's statements over and over again as many times as you like. Yep. So keep your head and be measured in your attack. Good luck, partner. Alright, I know exactly where I need to go. Let's see. From the back. And present. See, to the chest. Yes. I guess I could have also presented the photograph, but I wanted to do the autopsy. Dot, dot, dot. With my arm raised up. Sweating. Dot, dot, dot. Unimpressed dots. Bewildered. Dot, dot, dot. What are you playing at, cadet? What is the meaning of this subordination? Thrusting this wad of papers in my mustache. This is a very nice mustache, I will admit. Stutter loop. Inconsistency, sir. There we go. I finally said it. Very slowly, but I said it. I mean, yes. Oh, it's a little baby slap. There's a clear inconsistency here. I don't think I even said it right that time. What nonsense. What can this document possibly tell us that we don't already know? Obviously, you didn't look over it close enough, you jerk face. Well, obviously, that, I know what I want to say, but the words just won't come out of my mouth. I relate to that so hard, Ringanosuke, you have no flargin idea. I think this proves beyond any doubt, Your Excellency, that there is no place for an amateur student here in this grand courtroom. This is so frustrating. It's frustrating watching you a little bit. Oh, please. Surely this doesn't require an explanation. It couldn't be more plain. Yes, here we go. You burn him, Kazuma. Tell him what a flargin idiot he is. To spell it out would be an insult to the court. Mega Bear says, I can't pronounce his name, I'm sorry. Even do anything else other than insult Ryunosuke? Well, no, that's basically his entire character, and his descendant's entire character in the other games. It's kind of funny. Because all he has is terrible burns, and they're not even his. Kazuma, what? What are you talking about? It's apparent from a single glance at the post-mortem report presented by the defense that there's a clear discrepancy here with the sergeant's statement. What? Sergeant Oh, I get the pun of this name now. Iyasanosa. It's like, yes sir, no sir. Yes sir? What sir? The statement you just made was this. The black uniformed varsity cadet fired on the English civilian, and from the back, that cowardly little weasel. Yes, sir. Affirmative, sir. I witnessed the crime with my own military-grade eyes, sir. Yes. But no, that just can't be. And why not, cadet? Because... As is clearly stated in the post-mortem report, fatal hemorrhage from pectoral ballistic trauma. No exit wound. Bullet did not pass through the body. The photographic print of the victim clearly shows the same thing. The victim, Dr. Wilson, died from a bullet wound to the chest. Sergeant, according to your witness statement, the culprit shot the victim from behind. And that is the obvious discrepancy here. Well, how do you explain it? He's got a baby on his back. The baby is so cute. Oh, well, what the? What was that? Something just popped up from behind his back, but he pushed it down again. How blind are you? Mega Bear says, "Aww." Certainly, there is a clear discrepancy with the facts here. Would you not agree, Sergeant Nosa? Sweaty, ... Yes, sir. At this juncture, that would appear to be indisputable. Mega Bear says, it's called a baby Ryunosuke. I know, Ryunosuke doesn't get out much of the studying, does he? Oh, the baby is so cute! Until the moment I heard the firearm discharged, my eyes were firmly fixed on the delicious La Carnival steak. Sir! What? The last testimony the court heard has proven one thing beyond all reasonable doubt. The witness, Sergeant Iesa Nosa, did not see the defendant firing a gun at all. Ugh, that's absurd. I think the conclusion we must draw is simple. There is no place for an amateur prosecutor here in this grand courtroom. Oh, take that! Bird! Yuck! Mega Bear says, "Oh!" Or "Oh?" I'm not sure which "oh" you mean. Okay, so this is the very last statement I saw before Brain dying. For my test run, this is the last thing I read. So from here on, there's literally, it's all 100% new, complete blind playthrough. I'm so excited! I do need a quick water break though. Water break, checking everything is still going. Alright, let's see, still streaming, still got good viewers. Bloop. Okay, nothing needed there. Oh, didn't even see that. No wait, did I say 4 gathers? Yeah, I did. Okay. And YouTube is still up too. Okay. Yay, everything is still going. Megu Bear said, water break. And then that's just like the cutest emoji. She's so adorable. Alright. Everything is still going. Let's see. Let's fix this last thing. Okay. There we go. Okay. There's been a complete turnabout in the mood of this trial, just from that one discrepancy. I know, it's amazing what pointing out the facts do. So this is what being an ace attorney. Ha! They said the thing. They said the title. Or I guess I said it. They wrote it. Anyways, it's all about. But I definitely saw him. That university cadet. There. He was pointing the firearm directly at the victim's back. Yes. But I never fired the gun. All I did was pick it up off the floor. And you, old man, you didn't see the moment the victim was shot either. ... Myself, I have already been quite clear. The gunshot interested me not. I was far too busy on the floor. Oh, yes. You were looking for your Koban coin, weren't you? Mega Bear says, poor baby, can't even sleep properly with how much movement that guy makes. I know, right? Indeed, the prized... stupid stutter. Ancient era, Koban. I'm so sorry, I am trying. Hunting around under the table I was, in case mayhap it had fallen there. And then it happened. You heard the gunshot, you mean? Indeed I did, but I heeded it not, for I was concerned only with finding my absconded treasure. Nothing could distract me. Out of interest, did you find the coin in the end? ... No. Huh, I see. That lamentable day, the precious Koban was lost to me. Mega Bear says, oh no, his coin, aw. No doubt some unscrupulous scoundrel pocketed the coin for himself. Yeah, you're not hiding that suspicious stare or that suspicious glance away, either of you. Averted, ... As I am sure everyone present is... Oh wait, wrong voice. As I am sure everyone present is aware, this case demands a swift and decisive resolution. Our government has promised to send a full report to Great Britain... to Great Britain by telegraph this very afternoon. Nevertheless, the witness testimony the court has just heard was inconclusive. No matter how subservient our government feels it must be to the British, it would be unforgivable to deliver a verdict on this trial right now. What is your position, Prosecutor Ouchie? Worry not, Your Excellency. The defendant may have fled a tiger at the front gate, but he will find a wolf at the back. ... My witnesses have further testimony to make. Explain. Upon hearing their next statements, it will become abundantly clear, just as clear as it was the previous time I got defeated, that there is only one person who could possibly have committed this despicable crime. The equally despicable defendant, Ryunosuke Naruhodo. What? He really seems to have a despicable opinion of you, doesn't he? I know. Mega Bear was just commenting on that earlier. Very well. The court invites the witness to testify again. You will thoroughly explain the reasoning behind the prosecution's allegation. Is that clear? As clear as Kiriko glass, Your Excellency. Yes, sir. At once, sir. Awaiting signal to testify, sir. Oh, the baby. Excuse me, but there's something or someone peeking over your shoulder, I think. Affirmative. The newest member of the Nosa family to rise up through the ranks, sir. Name, Aido. It would seem the straps are a sign of the sergeant being too strapped to afford a nanny. Ouch. That bird feels a little unnecessary. Aido, attention. Oh. You're... so cute. Also, ew, snot, but that's also adorable. Your father is about to quell the enemy. Watch and learn, my boy. Oh, what a cutie. Disgusting snot, but still adorable. Witness testimony. The true culprit. Even if what I saw wasn't the precise moment the firearm was discharged, it's almost the same thing. Not in a court of law, it's not, you father figure you. Mega Bear says, little baby just wants to play. Yes, pointing his gun at the foreign man, he was, that young lad in black. That much I myself did see. Furthermore, a visual search of the premises at the time confirmed that we were the only personnel present. Indeed, alone he was, the Englishman, dining all by himself. Therefore, no one other than the black uniformed cadet could have dispatched the Englishman. Over and out. These testimonies are certainly compelling. Wait, that's nonsense. The victim, Dr. Wilson, wasn't alone at all. Please, enough of these outbursts already. But there was a woman. There was a young woman at his table. You must have seen her. Everyone there must have seen her. If you call yourself a lawyer, then you will respect the rules of the court and speak accordingly. We are not here to listen to your fantasies. Ugh. It is evident beyond all reasonable doubt that the victim was alone at the time of the incident. The prosecution has photographic evidence of this fact. Is this a photographic print of the scene of the crime, counsel? Indeed. Of the table at which the victim was dining, taken by an investigator immediately after the incident. As can plainly be seen, there's only one place set. Certainly, based on the appearance of this print, it would be reasonable to conclude that the victim was not in the company of anyone else. I'm just not catching up. Give me just a second. Let's see. Mega Bear says, at this point, I can't pronounce names. Can accuse the baby as a murderer, and I wouldn't even be surprised by him saying that anymore. It's so true, isn't it? Okay. Let's see. Refresh. Okay. Alright. Where was my brain going? Okay. It would be reasonable to conclude that the victim was not in the company of anyone else. This doesn't make any sense. The court will add this new photographic evidence to the record. I don't understand. What's going on here? It's just not possible that nobody else saw that woman. She was wearing a pretty blue dress and hat, too. Mega Bear says, I mean, even the baby could do a better job than him. Wow. It's so true. Why is my thing not refreshing? Mega Bear says, plot twist, the woman was a ghost. That'd be a hilarious plot twist. But no, that's another game installment. With the Faye family, they are actually really awesome. I like the Fays. For the most part. There's a few terrible people in there. Anyways, focusing. Let's see, it's not possible. Oh wait, I just read that. Let's see, the waiter before said the same thing. He maintains that Dr. Wilson came to the restaurant alone as well. That's not true. I saw her. I swear that I saw a woman with him. Thoughtful ... It would seem that we'll be able to telegraph the report to Great Britain on time after all. Well, that's just rude. The witness testimonies we have just heard leave no further room for doubt. These are very sensitive political times, as we all know. The ink is still fresh on the treaty with Great Britain. To think that Takechi, no wait, that's not, I didn't say that right at all. Boo. Uh, Mega Bear says they ate too much steak that they couldn't even remember that there was a woman after all. Yes, food coma. Food coma-nesia? Alright, I am going to give up pronouncing on this because my stuttering is going to make us... I'm about to hit a stutter loop. To think that I will have contributed to the amity of these two great empires is an honor. You pompous hack. Dramatic ... How can this be happening? The judge is ready to rule. Stand tall, Ryunosuke. It's not over yet. What? If what you say is true, then there's something going on here behind the scenes. And now is your chance to expose it, to draw out the truth. In your cross-examination. I don't know, Kazuma. The defense is entitled to cross-examination the witnesses. But make it quick. Understood. Oh wait, I forgot to read the voice. Oh well. Disc rules can be so unbending at times. Mega Bear says, contributed as someone who did nothing. My goodness, someone just fired this man from his job already. I know, he is quite awful. Ugh. Cross-examination. I almost hit the save button. Okay, focusing. Gonna not do habits. The true culprit. Time to press. No. It's not the same thing at all. For a start, I didn't fire that gun. We have a difference of opinion on... we have... Oh no, what voice did I use for him? We have a difference of opinion on that. The opinion of a uniformed officer versus that of a fledgling cadet. I don't think so. Consider this, defendant. Just a moment ago, I blinked. Did you? Did you see it? Did you see me blink? Well, you have some thick glasses, man. How could I? And yet, it is an undeniable fact that I did blink. Wow, you are so pompous. So, there you have it. Have what? Tension! The sound of the firearm rang in my ears. At the very next moment, I saw you waving the gun at the Englishman. Mega Bear says, like heck someone would care about him blinking. I know, right? Like I said, he's pompous, and his hubris is going to be the death of him. I think that says it all, don't you? Grr. And let us not forget that the antique dealer witnessed the accused... Oh wait, I forgot to read. The accused in this most incriminating position as well. Isn't that so, Korekuta-san? ... Yes, it may be true that I was holding the gun at that point in time. But I've told you already, that's only because I picked it up off the floor. Well, obviously, as the culprit, that's the only way you could explain it away. Okay, that's the only good point you've made so far. And it's not even a real one, but it's a good one. I had just finished drinking my coffee, and I was about to leave the restaurant when I noticed a gun on the floor at Dr. Wilson's feet, so I picked it up. And again, never do this. That is like the dumbest thing to do. Just be like, oh, hey, you dropped your gun. Like, that would be smarter. Just in case, it was used for any crime. No, not an actual way to reduce crime. And at exactly that moment, kabang! A gunshot rang in my ears. Full of events beyond our control, life is. Sorry, what do you mean? In your case, you found a pistol on the floor and picked it up, which persists, insert word here, this testing predicament. Whereas, conversely, also, how are you allowed to bring any sort of antique weaponry into this courtroom? Just noting that. I failed to pick up the koban from the floor, and find myself in an equally testing predicament as a result. Sweaty, ... Anyway, the fact remains, myself, I did see you, with pistol in hand, standing over the foreigner. Bloop. You must have noticed someone else at Dr. Wilson's table. There was a lady there. As you have been at pains to point out time and time again, I feel I'm growing a callus in my ear. Ouch. Mega Bear says, it's his treasures, all right. There's literally a baby, so why not bring a knife-looking piggy? You know what might have happened? Oh, wrong button. What might have happened to that coin? The baby could have stolen it. I'm gonna laugh if that's actually what happened. Because, well, I mean, aside from adorable character showingness, like what other reason to have a baby in this game aside from the grabby hands? And yet, no one else appears to have caught even a glimpse of this woman. Herg. If only there'd been more people dining there at the time. Then someone else would have noticed her. Phew, okay. Unfortunately, it was already past 2 p.m. when it happened. The quiet time between lunch and dinner in any restaurant. I know. Of course the place was almost empty. It's what you'd expect. Certainly. 2 p.m. is neither here nor there in terms of a time to eat. It is a deliciously wonderful snack time, though. I wonder if there was a reason why the victim was eating at that time of day, and why he was alone. Yes, Your Excellency, there was indeed a reason. There was? This was found in the victim's jacket pocket. What is that, Counsel? It is a medical report card, Your Excellency. It would seem that the victim had an appointment at a clinic prior to visiting the restaurant. Hota Clinic. Yes, there would indeed appear to be an entry for the date in question. 19th November, noon to past 1 p.m. The very day of the incident. So, the victim went for a late lunch following his appointment. The explanation couldn't be more simple. The prosecution felt no need to submit this evidence before, as it really has no bearing on the case. What do you mean, no bearing? I mean, aside from this being a video game, like, if it relates any way to his time, it's totally relevant. See, what do you think, Ryunosuke? Well, it is hard to see how it could be related, really. Remember, you can request for it to be entered into the court record as evidence if you think it could be useful. Yes, usefulness. Should I ask for Dr. Wilson's medical report card to be submitted as evidence or not? Yes. Oh. Submit it, so I can look at it in detail. If I may, I'd like to ask for that medical report card to be submitted as evidence, Your Excellency. On what ground? Wait, wrong character. The court has already heard conclusive witness testimony. Additional evidence would be insert word here. Not to mention that the victim's movements prior to his arrival at the restaurant are of no concern. Whether or not they are of concern is up to us to decide. We have a right to explore all possible avenues. I beg your pardon? You have no authority to refuse a perfectly valid request for the submission of evidence. Very well. The court will grant the defense's request. Youngsters these days are forever asserting their rights. It's a most disturbing trend. Ouch, too close. Too close, man. Officer, kindly add the victim's medical report card to the court record. Medical report card was found in the pocket. Can I read it, please? Alright, let's see. What does it say? Oh. Never mind. I thought it would let me, like, have a detailed look. Maybe it will later. What we need right now is new clues. We have to explore things from every possible angle, even if they don't seem relevant at first. Right, I hear you. Humph. You can conspire to prolong this trial as much as you like, but it's the day after the festival already for you. I don't get that one. Or perhaps you'd forgotten that these witness testimonies leave no room for doubt. Street bomb! That was my roomie. Anyways, back to the game. What was my brain doing? Oh yeah. Feel free to reiterate for the accused, Korakuta-san. Let's see. Nope, I remember that. Yes. Mega Bear says, wait, what? Yeah, that was my roommate yelling into the room because she just got back from work. Because she thinks it's funny. Where was I at? Okay. We're gonna see. So you actually saw that with your own eyes, did you? The victim, Dr. Wilson, dining alone. ... That I did. Forgive me for the position I placed you in. ... So the testimonies of the old man, the soldier, and the waiter all agree on that point. Isn't that interesting? And let us not forget the incontestable evidence we have to support their statements as well. As can clearly be seen, there is only a single beefsteak on the victim's table, which, by the way, looks delicious. I'm actually kind of getting hungry. A meal for one. Yeah, but there's also, like, the logical thing of, like, sometimes you could just invite people to go to lunch with you without them having to eat lunch with you. I do it sometimes. Well, I used to do it. No. ... The antiques dealer, the sergeant, and the waiter who testified before. It's not impossible that they're all lying. But if so, then why? If I'm perfectly honest, I have absolutely no idea. Why aren't you telling the truth? What did you say, Cadet? I clearly remember. There was a woman sitting across the table from the professor. Perhaps one of you might not have noticed, but for both of you to have failed to see the professor's dining companion, it's just not possible. And now they're averting their eyes. Guilty, I say. ... Unfortunately for you, Defendant Naruhodo, it's not just a case of these two witnesses alone. Sorry? The waiter, whose testimony the court heard earlier, clearly stated the same thing. He was unsworn, though, so he could have also lied. He also said that the victim was alone. That's right. Precisely. In other words, you are the sole proponents of this phantom lady. You called it Mega Bear. They called her a phantom. But if such a woman were indeed present at the scene, the prosecution demands to see proof. ... And if no such proof exists, the prosecution demands that no further mention of this phantom woman be made. It is a blatant waste of the court's time. There's nothing I can say to that. ... feel like excellent work, Kazuma, I will admit. Excellent work, Ryunosuke. We've gleaned some new information now. Well, yes, but I don't feel like it changes much. I can't see that it brings any real discrepancies to light. I wouldn't be so sure. Let me see that medical report card you got before. Yes, finally, more details. Oh, you mean this? Yes, this is a brand new piece of evidence, so perhaps we should examine it in a little more detail. How exactly? See, more instructions. Notice that some pieces bear a magnifier glass. These are the ones you may examine. Yes, this one I know from other games. Press A, you can take a closer look at the piece in question. Use this to rotate it. That's so handy. To rotate the evidence in all directions and examine it from all angles. The only part that ruins the what's the word? That ruins the first chapter is all the tutorial stuff that's like very out of character and out of sync with the rest of the dialogue. But it's still nice. So you then use this to look at things and stuffs. You can move the crosshairs around to hunt for clues that may have been missed before. If the crosshairs start to pulsate, press A to investigate further. Alright, can I do it now? Can I do it now? Let me do it! So, partner, I think you should take a closer look at this medical report card. See if there isn't something new to be learned by examining it in more detail. Alright, I'll see what I can do. I need to use blah 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 and yada 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 and blah to inspect any areas of the evidence that look suspicious. Bloop, bloop, bloop. Okay, focusing. Medical report card required for every visit. Name, Mr. John Wilson, Hotta Clinic. It says Hotta Clinic on this medical report card. I hate clinics, almost as much as I hate hospitals and surgeries. Agreed, full-heartedly, right there. As nice as it is to like get help and things, I still don't like it. Aren't they all the same? When I was 5, I got the only cold I've ever had in my life. And I remember, even though I felt awful already, I had to have this hideous injection in my right arm. I'll never forget it. Never in my whole life. So, poor Ryunosuke. Most people would give their right arm to have had only one cold in their whole life. Yes, agreed. Also jelly. Anyway, I don't think this is a clinic where they treat people for illnesses like that. Let's keep looking for clues. We don't want to miss anything. Oh wait, I've recognized the Hana name now. Oh, that's a funny reference. Okay, I don't know if I'll explain that reference or not. Bloop, bloop. Alright, so check the back. AT is a dentist. Looks like this medical report card was first issued quite some time ago. It's probably a record of long-term treatment, that's why. With a family doctor, I imagine. Well, I can't imagine going to a doctor. I mean, as long as I'm alive, I'm never consulting one. How do you survive so long? I ask hypocritically, sort of. Well, if you were dead, there'd be no point. So, you don't like doctors then? Why would you? They make you drink horrible tasting medicine. They give you painful injections. And then they demand lots of money from you for the privilege. All when you're at your lowest ebb. Oh. This hurts. This hurts so bad. You sound like a model patient. Mega Bear says, he is the main character, so he's alive, I guess. Definitely, for sure. With a bad case of stubbornness, no less. I got a word! For which the only cure is very bitter medicine indeed. Alright, so now to check this. Open, open, open! Alright, so I guess it's just basically the whole page. Okay. Let's have a look. This is some kind of medical history. Ah, and there's an entry for the day the professor was killed. Extraction of molar with topical anesthesia. Oh. So he couldn't have been eating that. God, okay, sorry. But personal knowledge of like exactly what this means actually. But I'll let the story continue playing. Extraction of molar? You mean he had a tooth taken out? It would seem so. Just before the incident, he'd had a bad tooth removed. Perhaps they use laughing gas. That's the most modern practice in the West for pain relief. Yes, I've heard of this anesthesia. Although it's hard to believe there's anything that can actually stop you feeling pain. It is a wonderful thing, though. Let's see. Oh, wait, I just realized I haven't even paid attention to the time. Awesome. I've been playing for 2 hours and it hasn't even felt like that. Yay! I think I'm gonna... I mean, I know I scheduled 2 hours, but I'm gonna keep going for as long as until either my stomach yells at me to go eat lunch, or until the episode is over. I would like to do it till the episode's over, but sometimes I know these chapters last a long time. Let's see. There's a cautionary note from the medical practitioner as well. Strictly no food or drink besides water for 3 hours post-procedure until the anesthetic effects have passed. Really? Sounds like information worth bearing in mind. Bigber says, 2-hour mark! I know, it's so exciting! I'm getting better at longer playtimes. At least for streamings. The medical report has been updated. With this new information, the meaning of that one particular statement totally changes. So, I think it's time we listen to the testimony again. Don't you? Definitely. Let's see. Let's skip ahead. See. See. No, another. Oh, wait. Which one was it? Nope. I didn't mean to. Skip. I wish there was a fast forward button. Yes, I know, and I want to present it. But I forgot which phrase I need. See, it's not yet been brought to the court's attention. Okay, so maybe I have to repress that statement. It's the only sure way to win. Yeah. Let's see. So I think it's... Oop, wrong one. Alright, let's press that and see if I can do the thing. Let's see. Already read this. Yes, this is the part. Okay. Alright, can I present? Nope, I can't present in the middle of a testimony. So, see? It's haha. Contradiction. Because then the only reason that it would be there is if someone else was eating with him. Alright, come on, move forward so I can present the thing. I have an idea. Let me present the idea. Alright. Okay, I'm going to do one habit and save here because my nerves are getting the best of me. Save slot 2. Boop. Alright, let's present. Yes, I did it right because the music's paused. Well, I think... No, please tell me this is correct. About what are you wittering, lad? Call yourself a lawyer. I wish I could. But first and foremost here, I am the accused. Ryunosuke, everyone stumbles on their words occasionally. Under the circumstances, I wouldn't worry about it. Thanks, Kazuma. see it quite clearly in that cross-examination you just carried out. You raised your hand straight up like that, so purposefully. Bromance in the air! You knew exactly what it was you wanted to say. Exclamation dot. Don't feel like you have to choose your words carefully. Just say what you're thinking. Dot dot dot. Alright. And thanks for the advice. Mega Bear says, Kazuma's the friend we all need. Lol. Agreed. I need a Kazuma in my life. Well, I guess that's what he's doing here, in this novel of visualness. Koruketa-san. Nope, I said that completely wrong. Korekuta-san. This is a medical report belonging to the victim. Ah, I see. And I don't see. What of it, boy? Comparing what is written on this report card with your witness statement. The baby slap is so cute. Something clearly doesn't add up. Dear me, dear me. Have you forgotten my words so soon, you amateur? Sorry, what? You are not to interrupt court proceedings with your amateurish drivel. But let's see if I can explain in words you might understand. It was after 2 p.m. in the afternoon when the victim was murdered at the restaurant. Whatever he may or may not have done before that time is completely irrelevant. Mega Bear said, can't pronounce his name. Just shut up for once, please. Well, thankfully, after this episode, he probably won't show up too often. Grr. But that's, remember, Yunosuke, you don't have to use clever language or fancy words. Just make your point. Your Excellency, I believe we're finished here. There is surely no need to prolong this trial further. The witness testimonies the court has heard have been clear and concise. This medical report card has no bearing on the matter at all, for the simple reason that there is no one else besides this pale-faced pupil who could possibly have the. I did not press the A button that time. This medical report card has nothing to do with the case. Do you really believe that? What? That outburst half petrified me, boy. Stop insulting me. Of course I believe it. How could it possibly be relevant? You obviously did not read the inside, sir. Perhaps because Hata Clinic, which issued the report card, is a dental clinic. A dental clinic? Is that supposed to mean something to me? Perhaps if I told you that the victim had just had a tooth extracted? What's this now? And furthermore, yes, turn it around. If I told you that as a result, the victim had been forbidden from eating. Exclamation dots! Just what are you trying to say, cadet? He had orders not to eat, so what? It's all written up in here. No food or drink, other than water, for 3 hours post-procedure while the anesthesia wears off. What? No, that can't. Mega Bear says, yes, and this boy is more than capable to prove you wrong with your accusations. Yes, take that, prosecution, because I can't pronounce your name correctly because stuttering and deaf. Korekuta-san. What, boy, what? As you just heard, when he was killed, sometime shortly after 2 p.m., the victim couldn't have been eating anything at all. No! Additionally, there's more. You have assured the court with unwavering self-confidence that the victim was dining alone. He finally graduated from baby slaps. Ha-ha! But that cannot possibly be the case. Grr. Because the victim, as we now know, had just had one of his teeth extracted and was still experiencing the effects of the anesthetic. Expertly done, partner. Woo! Prosecution. What? What is this nonsense, you little upstart? Determined, ... These are baseless accusations. Just look at this photographic evidence. You can clearly see the plate of food at the victim's table. Mega Bear, oh no, here he goes again. I know, it's infuriating, isn't it? Use your head. Whew. That's the very discrepancy we're talking about. Or can't you follow the logic? How dare you? I think it's fair to say that the tables in this restaurant case have turned. Oh no, he's doing the pun. He did the pun. Wouldn't you agree, Ryunosuke? Yes, most definitely. So, having just undergone some dental surgery, the victim wasn't able to eat. Which leaves one very crucial conundrum. I called it! / it was very, very obvious. Who, in fact, was eating the pictured beef steak? The court will hear the opinion of the defense on this new puzzle. I assume you're ready, counsel? ... Counsel. Oh, that means me, doesn't it? Oh, let's see, lawyer baby. Alright, the answer to this question is going to be pivotal. This is the start of you turning this trial around. Show them what you're made of. Got it. So, the person eating the steak at the victim table must have been... no! Curse you, controller drift. An as yet unknown third party. Determined slam. Obviously, it could only have been someone else who was sitting at the professor's table. You will not let this go, will you? There was no such person. The evidence is right in front of you, you dingus. There was, because I saw her. When the incident occurred, we know that the victim couldn't have been eating anything. Yet we have evidence of a half-eaten steak on his table. Therefore, it gives me such good confidence boost. The only logical conclusion is that there was somebody else there eating it. Ugh. We have strong evidence to support our assertion. It's clear that these witness testimonies are unreliable. Finally, decisive evidence for that. If the court decides to push through a ruling at this stage, we will lodge a formal complaint with the Ministry of Justice and pursue a fair retrial relentlessly. Kazuma, are you insane? You would take on the government? Well, when you believe in your client that much, / your best bud. Don't worry, counsel. I have no issue with you. I do. I have so many issues with that prosecutor. What do you mean? I have issue with them. Those two witnesses in the stand. What? What are you talking about? We have demonstrated with evidence that the victim was not alone. So, if it now turns out that the two of you were deliberately lied when giving your testimonies, obviously, you will be charged with perjury. Perjury? Yeah, that would be extra bad for the soldier. And since this is a murder trial, you will also be deemed complicit in the killing. Complicit in murder? No! Negative. There was no mention of this at the tactical meeting. Oh, his little baby's so cute. I was just following orders. Wow, you are dense then. That's right, as the man says. Just say you never saw the gentlewoman. That's what they told us. Aha! dot dot dot. Oh. What? What did you just say, Kotokuta-san? Oh, no. You were just following orders? Now, hold on, lad. I was, Say you never saw the gentlewoman. Grr. When you say gentlewoman, do you mean... You saw the victim with a lady from overseas. What? Oh, it's getting good. What is the meaning of all this? Sorry, voice. These witnesses gave false statements? Mega Bear said, can't pronounce, I'm sorry. It's just making this more difficult instead of helping out to know who the murderer is. I told him, see, he has a terrible, prideful hubris problem. Is this true, you pair? dot dot dots. Just one simple slip of the tongue. Uh-huh. Yeah, the slip of the tongue that got you caught. Order, counsel, explain what is going on here. It's painfully clear now. You tried to prevent these witnesses from telling the truth. Absolutely not. The prosecution knows nothing of this. Baby slaps. Then who's behind this? Who tried to make you keep your mouth shut? Oh, the baby's pulling on Dad's mustache. That's classified. So you're prepared to be tried as a conspirator to this murder, are you? You wouldn't. This can't be happening. Ryunosuke, judging from the way they're reacting to this, I'd say they were sworn to silence by someone with considerable influence. Poor baby. Baby's upset. However, I don't believe Thitha had any idea about it. At the very least, he seemed to have been trying to do his job poorly, but still. Mega Bear says, that looks painful. Yeah, that poor dad and that poor baby. What are you saying? I mean, to wield that kind of influence, there are only a handful of possibilities. It could only have been the government, the military, or the police, I suppose. Well, any ideas about who might be behind this? If we can affirm who tried to silence these witnesses, then we can continue our pursuit. So we need to name whoever it was that tried to make the witnesses keep their mouths shut. Of course, we'll need evidence before we make any firm accusations. Evidence that proves whoever it was really did wield his or her power here. Okay, there we go. Oof, that was a trouble sentence. But how? How can we possibly... Remember how we made progress before? Before? We examined this piece of evidence in more detail and found a new clue as a result. Oh yes, that's right. Well, that's not the only piece of evidence we have, is it? We need to re-examine everything and make sure there's nothing we've missed. There's no time to lose. Can I check it out? Can I check things? This is my student badge. Let's see, symbol of blah blah blah. Your student wears this pin. It's funny, but most emblems seem to either be round or rectangular. I like the spike design. Sorry, just apparently I really wanted to check this out. Even though it doesn't really make any sense. Although it does cause problems. Lots of students end up cutting their fingers on their badges. Perhaps it was the idea of one of the founders? A sharp pin for a sharp mind or something? That is hilarious. Oh, it even has like a serial number. Let's see. Oh, student number. If you lose it, they won't accept you as a student. You may not come in, they say. Oh, that pun is awful. course, you can get a new pin made. I actually lost mine twice. But I still don't know my student number by heart. To write it down somewhere, but then I forget to not forget that. I feel that. Alright, is there anything else? Okay. Personal number, nope. Fast forward. Oh, it's hold the B button down as fast forward. Good to discover. Alright, nothing new to that one. Alright, is there anything else I can... Because that's the... Okay, so nothing new for that. And it won't let me flip. Ooh, can I flip it over? I can flip it over! Oh, that's interesting. Chief Inspector Satoru Hasanaga, Primary Criminal Investigation Division, Imperial Police Bureau. Well, that's unexpected. What is? Look, do you see? It says the witness's name here. Satoru... Well, yes, business cards do tend to show the person's name. That's sort of the point. It's not the name that's unexpected. It's his job title. His job? Oh! Chief Inspector Satoru... Primary Criminal Investigation Division, Imperial Police Bureau. Inspector? What on earth? ... I have no idea. But let's face it, the police have a lot of power and influence. If they're wielding it somehow here... Has been updated. Alright, so is there anything else I need to check on here that I didn't check already? Let's see, planned, number of questions, supposed to show, yep, relative positions, nothing to show, blah, 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 okay. Let's see, upper left, says kitchen. No one would use those complicated characters to write kitchen, especially not if they were in a hurry. You mean you don't remember those characters yourself? Don't study harder, Ryunosuke. Ouch. Okay, that's pretty funny, though. Okay, so, important evidence has been discovered. Is there anything else I need to... And I just did that one. Okay. There's no time to lose. I want answers. If it's proven that these witnesses have been manipulated, I assure you the penalty will be severe. Please, wait, Your Excellency. For once, it is not his fault that this trial has been futternucked. I had no idea about any of this. I swear to every Shinto god. I knew nothing. And what does the defense have to say about all this? Well, Your Excellency, no time to think. I'm just going to have to close my eyes and shout out the first name that comes into my head. That is a terrible way to do. Because it's not them. Besides the prosecution, the only person with the necessary influence to manipulate the witnesses is the butler. Well, he was not really a butler, but he's a very handsome looking guy. The head waiter. Bloop. Present. Well, surely that would be Satoru can't pronounce his name. I'm sorry. The waiter who took the stand earlier? Poppycock. What possible reason would the waiter have to make the witnesses give false testimony? Not to mention the fact that even a head waiter could not possibly have that level of influence. For once, I would agree with you. If, that is, the man truly were a waiter. What? If he truly were? Come on, Ryunosuke. Time to hit this court with the truth. Hype it up! The truth about Satoru, real identity, as proven by this evidence. The plan of the restaurant sketched by the man in question. I agree it shows a great deal of attention to detail, but I'm not sure where we we can conclude anything. Sorry, Your Excellency, that's the back of the card. It's the back of the back of the card. That's of interest. I beg your pardon? Or perhaps I should have said the front. Yes, that would have been a much shorter sentence. Yes, it's the front and the back of the card. That's where the telling detail is. That was a confusing sentence. Bewildered, ... Mega Bear says, I love how the objects only to be proven otherwise by the two Lamau. Agreed, it's so funny. Would somebody please explain what this overexcited student is trying to say? Oh, this poor face. Hosonaga sketched the plan of the restaurant on the reverse side of his business card. The front of that business card reveals the man in question's profession. His true profession. The waiter's profession? But that's surely... Good gracious! That's right, Your Excellency. Oh, the smugness. The card reads, Chief Inspector, Primary Criminal Investigation Division, Imperial Police Bureau. What? The waiter is a police detective? I haven't heard any mention of this before. Why haven't I heard any mention of this before? Because nobody bothered to look at the flippin' business card. The Imperial Police Bureau has immense power. Absolute power as far as regular civilians are concerned. So, witnesses there in the stand. Exclamation dot! Was it in fact the waiter who gave you your orders? Was it he who told you not to mention that you'd seen this foreign gentlewoman at the scene? Well... ... Dramatic. Why, hello, handsome sir. Inspector Hosonaga. I was worried something like this may happen. Oh, that poor dad. The moment you asked me to submit my sketch as evidence, I realized it was a possibility. Flashback. Oh, well. Is there a problem? Gonna skip this. Well, sort of skip this. Here you are. There we go. Because flashbacks are tiring. Yes, I remember now. Unless it's been a while and I need to reread it. He did act strangely when the judge asked him to hand over his business card. I strive to carry out all my investigations flawlessly. It's my guiding principle. But I let myself be distracted when I made that sketch. It was an unusually careless mistake. So, you mean to say, you really are a detective? ... But why would a detective be working as a restaurant waiter? Ah, of course. Your salary must be terrible. Oh no, what an ouch. That was funny. Okay, focusing. I was working undercover. Yes, there have been a series of incidents at the restaurant lately. In order to investigate, I decided to get a job there as a waiter, working undercover. Incidents at the restaurant? What kind of incidents? That would be classified police information, which I am not at liberty to divulge. However, I can state categorically that they are unrelated to this case of homicide. Very well then, Inspector Hosonaga, but you will elaborate on one point for the court. Of course, Your Excellency. We have just heard new information from the two witnesses beside you. That at the time of the shooting, there was in fact another person present at the victim's table. Why did I suddenly change my voice for him? ... If that is indeed true, clearly you would have also been aware of this person's presence, having served at the table in question. However, your testimony did not allude to this other diner. Therefore, I am led to assume that in your professional capacity as a police officer, you required these witnesses to be in agreement. Would that be correct? Ahem, ahem. ... Correct, Your Excellency. Unbelievable! As I suspected. ... Bang! As soon as I heard the gunshot, I ran out the kitchen to see what had happened. The victim sat slumped in his chair, and beside him, gun in hand, stood the accused student. Sitting opposite the victim at the same table was a young lady, whom I guessed was to be an Englishwoman. So the truth comes out. I immediately sealed off the restaurant and reported the incident to the Bureau. It was then that I received some special orders. Special orders? You mean to say, remove the Englishwoman from the scene at once. ... Conspiracy! It was made clear that the Englishwoman's presence at the restaurant was to be concealed. Those were my orders. But what if this Englishwoman was the killer? I think it would be in everyone's best interest not to pursue that idea. ... Exclamation dot. The Empire views the friendly terms of its relationship with Britain more highly than anything at the moment. An Englishman has been murdered on our soil. To name an Englishwoman as the primary suspect, well, without irrefutable evidence, that would be completely out of the question. So that she's just free of due process. I see. That's just awful. So that's the reason for the disappearance of the Phantom Woman in this case. Ha! Not a ghost. But it's not right. ... Sweaty ... More dots. ... Dots. ... One possibility does spring to mind. What do you mean, Kazuma? Yume University is currently hosting a number of exchange students from Great Britain. And I'm fairly certain that one of them, studying in the medical faculty's research laboratory, is a young Englishwoman. What? You're a shrewd man. I can see why you're the chosen candidate for the overseas study tour. You mean... When I removed the woman from the scene of the crime, I thought it prudent to check her identity first. Then the court demands that you name the lady in question at once, Inspector. The Englishwoman sitting at the University professor's table was a certain Miss oh no, I can't pronounce her name either. Giselle Brett? It's my best attempt. Mega Bear says, Ryunosuke doesn't even fit here in the court. He's too innocent for this. Just a little bit. But hey, first class experience in the, is even better than the law school itself, apparently. She is indeed a foreign student studying in the research laboratory of Yume University's medical faculty. What is happening here? I admit that under orders from the police bureau, I erased all evidence of this lady's presence at the scene. Oh, you bastards. And ordered these witnesses to make no mention of her in their testimonies. It must now be up to Your Excellency to decide how to deal with the situation. ... Very well. My thoughts on the matter are as follows. Thus far, the case presented to the court has been underpinned by a particularly critical premise. Namely, that the victim was dining alone. Exclamation point. However, as we have now discovered that this premise is false, it would be a desecration of our justice system to ignore the truth and give a ruling at this point. Yes! But, Your Excellency, that would mean missing the noon deadline for a ruling in order to send the telegraph report to Great Britain. Our own government will surely be very displeased by such actions. You, trying not to use explicit curse words, insert insult here. Calm yourself, Council. I will not allow the government of our country or any other to influence the proceedings of my courtroom. Inspector Hosonaga? Yes, sir. You will locate this Brett and escort her to the courtroom with the utmost urgency. At once, Your Excellency. But that means you'll be going against the special orders you were given from the police bureau. Mega Bear says, just kick the man out already, my gosh. As I said before, it is my guiding principle to carry out all investigations flawlessly. So it won't be a problem? I don't think he said that. Nothing will get in my way. This poor man. I mean, heck yeah, for principles, but also, like, gosh, he looked miserable. Court will adjourn briefly. The prosecution must call the English student, Brett, to the witness stand. Do I make myself clear? Yes. Your Excellency. Good. Then we will have a 30-minute recess before reconvening. To be continued. And that's probably the end of this episode of my streaming because I'm getting hungry. So, da-da-da! Yes, I am saving my progress. That was a good episode. Boop. Actually, I guess I can just... Since I passed the testing one. Yes, saving. And did I save? Brain tired. Mega Bear said, oh. Mega Bear says, so today we learned that steak is good and we should definitely eat some. Oh, nope, I'm not continuing the story. Back to title. Did I just save? Ah, well, better to double save. But yes, steak sounds so good. Yes! Okay, so that's a fantastic first chapter. I'm so excited. Although this is going to be the end of this episode. Oh, actually, literally just under 3 hours mark. So that's not too bad. Let's see, before I go, I'm going to check the things and stuff. Oops. Okay. Check the chat, make sure there's no more things going on. Do some of the news stuff. News. Not much news. Just that I will have to reschedule the crafting hours because of that stupid falling asleep on my hand thing. That's so bad. Why did I do that? I mean, it wasn't on purpose, but I'm still kind of sad about it because I really, really like crafting, so it's kind of hard to not craft. But let's see what else. Bloop. Okay. So everything is still good, and I'm gonna. My brain is so tired. I might play another episode later today because I'm kind of hooked on the story now. This might be the going series for a little bit. Maybe with a break of Ghostbusters in the middle or something. But anyways, the brain tired. What was I saying? Mega Bear says this stream was really great. I'm looking forward for the next one, and I hope you get better soon, and that you can crochet again. Same. As long as I don't do anything to my fingers anymore, I should be able to crochet soon. But also, I'm very clumsy and have a tendency to bump things a lot. Ugh. So, I think that was the only update, was that the crafting streams will have to be put on hold for a bit, and probably be doing a lot more gaming. I might pull up another gaming stream later today, depending on how stuff goes, because I don't have anything scheduled. But I'm really hooked on this game, and I want to play it a lot more. All right. Well, I wanted. Oh no, I forgot that habit thing that I was working on. Oh well, I'll practice it again later. Next stream. But thanks for lurking and watching, and it's just been fun. I'm just so glad to be doing this again. All right, I'm gonna end the stream now. After this chat message, Mega Bear says thank you for the stream. It was fun hanging around as usual. Agreed. It's so I missed I missed having you to chat with. Alright, I'm gonna go eat food now. Not steak, because I don't have any. But I'm gonna go eat some delicious food. Bye, everybody. Thank you for watching, lurking, even popping in.